I went off on a tangent, but it annoys me a lot. Like, people think they're worth so much more than they are. What am I watching? I want to watch Aceu. I want to watch a pro gamer. You get outplayed. Do I have goals? No. Or we have goals? It's like we're still trying out. That's what's annoying. It's really hard to. We just try to improve on what we spot, but at the end of the day, it's like you try to improve what you see. If you see like a mistake, and other than that, you just gotta put all your energy and effort into checking the tryout. It is, yeah, you know how it is. It's super hard to get anything going. That's why I think people that are running tryouts for the whole fucking duration before the circuit or pro tournaments are live are fucking dumb, and honestly should just not waste their time and everyone else's time. Like, we have a lot of tryouts, or we've had a lot of tryouts, and a lot of people don't want to lock, right? They just go, no, I wanna see what's there, you know? They go, oh, you have so much potential, but I wanna see what other options that I have. And then it's like last fucking week of roster lock, they don't have anything. They have no synergy with the team they choose. The team they choose also have no synergy because they mixed it with like a whole bunch of teams. And they end up not practicing for 2 months because they can't decide on one person to play with. Where's using this time means, yeah, exactly. It's just really dumb. But it's just, like, people are so fucking dumb in this game. Like, they don't understand the consequences what they're doing has. Probably because there aren't real consequences. A lot of people are gonna have a wake-up call. Usually before every tournament there's a wake-up call. This is the first open circuit. So, this is probably the first one. But I feel like a lot of teams or players are gonna be like, oh shit, I'm not gonna call anyone out, but we have people that like string us along, and then they just go, no, we don't want to play. I don't want to play. And they end up just continually being LFT. They just keep being LFT for like fucking weeks, for months. And eventually they get like a shitty, really bad team of other rejects, and they're probably gonna do shit. If you're looking salary, yeah, that's also, you're not gonna get salary. Like, there's so few. Actually, I got a Devin Nash video recommended to me that I'm gonna watch after the stream, where he seems to, I'm only reading like the first frame because I don't have time because we're scrimming, but he basically is like saying you should work, if you're not in the industry, you should work for free. That seems to be like the general gist of it. You won't get a salary, and if you're not proven. Like, this is despite what he's saying. He's probably gonna say something like that, to a degree. And that's, if you're not a proven player, this is what I've been told by orgs, is if you're not a proven player, and the org doesn't know for a fact that it can make money off you, why would it pay you? Why would it just give you money? If I had 3 employees, that all they could give me was a fucking, oh yeah, we killed NRG and fucking ranked, you know? I wouldn't have faith in them going to LAN and killing it or and getting a bunch of shit done. Nobody would have faith in that. Because that's not worthwhile proof for an org. Like, basically, you pay a salary to keep players on the line, to keep them supplied and happy, but most importantly to make sure nobody else takes them. That's what the salary is. The salary is basically the easiest to negotiate clause out of on all contracts. So it's like, it's really annoying when people go, they basically have nothing to their name. Nothing at all. They're fucking no-names. All they do is play decent, not even play decent in scrim. There's so many that don't even do well in scrims. They don't have good ranked. They have no viewers. Like, they're literally worth $0. And they come in here and they expect to get $1,000. Why? Because some other guy that he thinks he's better than is getting 4K bucks a month. I went off on a tangent, but it annoys me a lot. Like, people think they're worth so much more than they are. Obviously, it's good to have, like, look out for yourself. And, you know your worth and all this and that. But you're literally making a mistake if you're waiting for that perfect op. If you're LFT at this point in the fucking scene. If you're LFT at this point, and you've been LFT for a while, you're not gonna get $1,000. You're not gonna get $2,000. You're not gonna get shit. You're gonna play with two other free agents that don't realize your worth. You're gonna have a stuck-up ego, and you're gonna stay behind in the ditch. That's basically what happens if you keep making these mistakes. Like, you just keep... You gotta grow. Nobody starts at 100. You gotta start at 10, or at 1, and you work your way up there. Another interesting aspect that happened in OWL was they went from improving themselves as a team to every man for himself, and the goal is to be picked up and leave your team behind. I don't know how it is in Apex. If you can get picked up as a whole team, or you have to be playing for yourself, making plays on good social media, etc. Yeah. It's not like that. You want to have a... Apex right now is basically find people you vibe with and get good together. Because there isn't a franchise system. So, seeing as there isn't a franchise system, you don't really have to impress a talent scout or whatever. I think Frex is the one out of... either the only or one out of the 2 pickups between the tournaments. Or like before the season starts. The only one. You don't really have people taking that. You usually have one team and they stick together through thick and thin. It's not getting good together, no. Yeah, that's because of the... there isn't a getting good together mantra anymore because of the way they've set up Overwatch League. Is one of my major complaints of the scene as well. Nobody benefits from having individualistic goals. Besides non-team players. I can't believe how much he's getting out of this. He's just chilling. There's no way he gets away now. There you go. He's like got 2 placements of that. Yeah. Yeah, to summarize, like, we've been going through, Rondon and I have probably been running tryouts for, like, we've been going back and forth for a while. It's actually really hard having like, trying to fill one spot, when, especially if you're not clouded, because not a lot of people wants to play with you to begin with. They just shut you down. But also, when you're playing, they're more prone to see the negatives rather than the positives. And even if you're doing well, they're not going to want to play. Or even if there's room for improvement, or they play bad, they're not going to want to play. Because they have this preconceived notion in their head. So, it's worth knowing. And then some people wanted to play for, like, for the money. And I can't explain that to myztro. I can't tell them, like I said, this guy with 2 viewers with no previous accomplishments on LAN or online in general wants to be signed for 2K or nothing. It won't happen. And we've been stuck in that loop for probably several months now. Probably 1 to 2 months. And yeah, that's where we are. I've even said, like, I even explained how it is with the money and all this, that. But people are looking at it wrong. You shouldn't think about the money this early in Apex. It's so short-termed. Like, they basically end up shooting themselves in the foot and getting stuck for it. And I feel like that's a big mistake, because they're asking for so much. They bring nothing back to the table. Even if they do, like, let's say someone gets signed to, try to think of a tier 1 org that doesn't have players right now. FaZe. Let's say they do get signed to FaZe. And they do get money in the contract. Let's say 1K to 2K. They probably have like a performance clause, or they probably have a, whatever, right? So if they don't do well, they get dropped. And they're going to be, when they get signed, they're going to be hyped. People are going to be like, oh shit, you know, they're on FaZe now. They're so good. And then they're not going to live up to expectations. And then their reputation will plummet. And when they eventually get dropped, if they do, then that basically means that their reputation tanks underneath. So let's say they're worth 100. They get signed. All of a sudden people will think they're worth 120, 150, 200. But once they get dropped, they basically plummet really fucking hard. Like, they underperform or don't do as expected. They don't even have to underperform. They might just play as normal, but people were expecting them to give 200%. They can't do that. So then they get dropped. They don't give 200%. And people will... So they're still worth 100, but people perceive them to be 75, 60, 50. And they're like, nobody wants to play with them. They have to take lower offers for worse teams, worse orgs, if they're even lucky with that. And it will snowball into them being stuck on 75%, on 50%. Nobody wants to play with them because they're thinking like they're bad or whatever. Because they should fought short term. You just want to find 3 people you vibe with, and you take it from there. That's like the way to play Apex. There's a way to almost all esports that aren't super nepotism. Alright, thanks for stopping by everyone. Love you all.